In this chapter, we talk about the future of procurement, in particular how it's being impacted by AI. Now, this is not far-fetched, it's not in 5 years' time, it's happening right now as we speak. But first of all, before we get to the use cases, we want to talk about where to focus amongst what is a very, very noisy world. Focus at the intersection of frequency, impact, and workflow. That's where you want your attention. So what are the opportunities for the jobs that I'm doing with really high frequency every single day? What are the things that are going to have really high impact, in particular around margin? And how do I make sure, if I'm pursuing an opportunity with AI, how do I make sure that the tool is within my team's workflows, that I have to use it just by driving down the middle of the road, not something that's off to the side? Now, when you look through that lens, we see three big opportunities in and around procurement. The first one is the most painful part of procurement, or estimating for that matter. Leveling and reconciling quotes where you're getting them in different formats. Traditionally, it's been manual data entry. White-collar workers doing manual labor to copy information into a spreadsheet, massage it down. Now, of course, you always need a professional's eyes on a quote. You're never going to automate that entire process away. But now, AI is taking the grunt work out of that process, extracting it, giving you a first pass, so as a construction professional, you can focus on the details that matter. But it's more than productivity. It's about the speed to an answer. You hear the sound bites from industry where the commercial director's saying, give me an indication of where that package is at, and someone's saying, hey, give me a week, give me two. They just want a high level very quickly. So that's a really critical part of the procurement process, which AI is having an incredible impact on. The next opportunity is around live rates and pricing. Once you digitize, structure, and consolidate procurement information, you have access to historical pricing at your fingertips. It's a problem that's been really hard to solve before because pricing has been scattered across tenders, comparisons, inboxes, across projects and people. It's never before been consolidated. But once you get that rich, important pricing information, the most important thing in construction, into centralized databases, you can start to slice and dice it, and therein lies the power. The pathway towards live rates is getting that information in a system so that you can interrogate it and utilize it to price work, to drive better bargains, and also upstream in terms of your cost planning. Finally, there's the procurement assistant, a co-pilot, things that are existing across many domains within construction, across many industries. How do we, by virtue of having all of your data in a system, start to apply agents, whether they're autonomous or semi-autonomous? Agents that have a rule that's identifying risk, opportunity, or the next best action. What we mean by that is, hey, we've sent out a tender, 2 weeks ago, but we've only got one price back, so we're at risk. For that risk to be managed, traditionally, a professional might have to go into that tender, check the responses, and then go and fire out more information. Conversely, now an agent can say, hey, I've identified this risk, I've found 3 extra subcontractors who we work with regularly for this particular trade, who've got good ratings, would you like me to send an invite? Or better yet, why don't you get on the phone and give them a call? There's opportunity, proactively flagging bulk purchase opportunities, and then there's the next best task. Taking the mental workload out of where do I need to focus my attention, because the system has all the data, all the risk, all the opportunity, what needs to be done next, and telling the professional where they need to focus their attention. So ultimately, they can do the things that humans are great at, exercising judgment, being creative, and using their hard-earned skills.